Lita Swagel with you here on Seymour Panther Radio, along with JJ Harrington. We're here for game two of the best of three series between the Lady Panthers of Seymour and the Lady Bulldogs of Alvord. Last night's first game, Alvord took the first win 11-1. Lady Panthers will be the visiting team today. They're going to be the first up to the plate. Diana Charo, the center fielder, number one, going to be the batter. Pitching, Mac Gresham for Alvord. I'll give you some stats from her a little bit later. First pitch was a ball one. Is that right? I'm kind of
Yes.
surprised because I was looking last night. She had a lot of first pitches were strikes. Swing and a miss, strike one. She had 12 called first strikes. So that was, I was checking her percentage. She had 80 pitches last night, 12 of which the first pitch was a called strike. This one's going to be foul ball to the right. Strike two. 1-2 now the count for Diana Charo. Ruthie Wright on deck. Chloe Hans in the hole. Matt Gresham, the pitcher for Alvord today. Dalen Bearden, the catcher. Now, going to be another foul ball to the back. Keeps the bat alive for Diana Charo. 1-2, still the count. Diana Charo scored the only run for the Lady Panthers last night in game one. She had one run and a single hit. Another foul ball. She had two stolen bases as well. She does lead the team in stolen bases. So if she can get on a base, she can grab another. 1-2. Still the count for Diana Charo. Ruthie Wright on deck. Chloe Hans in the hole. Yesterday, Gresham had 80 pitches and 12 strikeouts. A little high on that one over the head of Diana Charo. Going to be the double deuces. The Ducks 2-2 count now for Diana Charo. Oh, thank you for that breeze up here at the top. Wow, we needed that. It's almost like an oven by the time you get to the top where that metal roof is. Swing and a miss. Out number one. That'll be the first strikeout for pitcher Gresham. One away here in the top of the first. Ruthie Wright, the right fielder for the Lady Panthers, now the batter. Chloe Hans, the shortstop, number 12 on deck. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, in the hole. Ruthie Wright, the right fielder for the Lady Panthers, makes a lot of good catches out there. She had a few flyouts and groundouts yesterday. Swing and a miss. Strike one on the first pitch. 0-1 the count for Ruthie Wright, right fielder, number 20 for the Lady Panthers. Foul ball, strike two. 0-2 now the count. Chloe Hans on deck, Jacqueline Rangel in the hole. Another foul ball. That's going to keep Ruthie Wright's bat alive. 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Gresham in the circle and Bearden behind the plate. One away, top of the first. 0-2 count for Ruthie Wright. Another foul ball. She's going to keep it going. They've been battling the Lady Panthers, doing a lot of swinging, just a matter of where their hits are being placed. They got someone under them to catch them last night, so they're going to have to hit a little bit further out, go over the infield in between, in that dead zone between the outfield and the infield in order to score. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for pitcher Mac Gresham for the Lady Bulldogs. That's going to bring up Chloe Hans, the shortstop, number 12 for the Lady Panthers.
Number 12,
Chloe had an RBI and a
Hans.
single last night. One ground out, one foul out. Fly out. Strike one.
That was
By the
right
end,
on the
that
second.
was perfect. Gresham's got some speed too, so when it hits, you know that's a strike.
And they got a strike zone on today, so
Do they? Good deal.
at least.
Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 now the count for Chloe Hans, the senior, number 12. Shortstop for the Lady Panthers. Jacqueline Rangel on deck and Briley Harden in the hole. About the same lineup for the Panthers, a little bit. Lady Panthers, a little bit of a change up. We'll tell you here in a second. Foul ball to the back keeps Chloe Hans at the plate. Ruthie Wright and Briley Harden changed order in the batting order. You'll see how that works out. Avery Mark's going to be on third today as Jalen Kennebrew is going to be in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Gresham in the windup. This one's popped straight up. We'll see if Bearden Bearden couldn't quite get a bead on it, so it's going to be Chloe Hans back to the plate for another chance. 0-2 still the count. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, still on deck. Top of the first here in Graham. Just as warm today as it was last night. Last night was really hot when we got started. At least there is a breeze this afternoon. Swing and a miss. Out number 3. 3 strikeouts. And the Lady Panthers go back to defense now in the bottom of the first. No runs scored. Nobody left on. So we'll see if JJ's got some advertisers for us. We'll be back.
Hey there, folks. Got meat processing needs? Well, look no further than Baco Services at 205 East McLean. Jerry Don and Margie Barton and the rest of the team are the real deal. Livestock or wild game, they've got you covered. Just dial 940-889-2424. From custom cuts to friendly service, Baco's your go-to place. Quality that's hard to beat right here in town. Swing by Baco Services today, where good folks and good meat come together.
Need your yard cleaned up or that old junk hauled away? Call Eli's Lawn Care and Junk Removal. Eli is a local high school junior right here in Seymour, offering dependable lawn care and junk removal at a price that fits your budget. From mowing and trimming to cleaning out garages, sheds, and more. No job is too big or too small. Call Eli today at 210-683-0657 and get your yard space looking great.
The Hillside Hall and Event Center, located at 910 East Nevada, Seymour, Texas. For all the special events in your life, owned and operated by Rodney and Beth Hentrick, where rustic and elegance live.
People's Bank is your true hometown bank, and we're proud supporters of our Seymour Panthers and local schools. People's Bank is more than just a place to keep your money. We're neighbors, friends, and part of the community we serve. At People's Bank, you'll find quick loan decisions, personal service with a smile.
Sounds good.
And we're live.
Okay, everybody, we're back after that little break. Bottom of the first, Lady Panthers couldn't get a run on the board. They're now in the outfield, and Jalen Kennebrew is in the circle for the Lady Panthers. First up for Alvord, Sam Gilmore, number 1, the shortstop. She had 2 runs, both single hits last night in the first game of this best-of-3 series. Cheyenne Bell on deck, Dalen Bearden in the hole. Kennebrew in the circle. We'll see what she does. This one's going to be popped up, and it goes to the third baseman, Avery Marek, out there for the catch. Out number 1, Avery Marek in now on third as Jalen Kennebrew is pitching.
Oh, that one moved so fast I didn't even get a chance to get this camera going.
Oh no! Don't get a crazy shot. Cheyenne Bell, second baseman now the batter. Jalen Bearden on deck. Matt Gresham in the hole. Bell had 1 run, an RBI, and a single hit with 1 stolen base in last night's game. Kennebrew in the windup. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Kennebrew hasn't pitched in several games, so I'm real anxious to see how she does this afternoon.
Especially since Dawkins is injured.
Yeah, she had some ice on her leg last night, her right leg, I believe. They said she thought she hurt it on Monday night at the warm-up game. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. This might help us out with a different pitcher that Alvord did not get used to last night out of 7 innings, and Alvord has the same pitcher, so we'll see what happens.
If we want to go with that strategy, we also have Orsak, too.
We do. Ball 1, 1-2 now the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dalen Bearden on deck. Matt Gresham in the hole. 1 away. Bottom of the first. No runs on the board yet. Slower start tonight seems like than last night. Seemed like last night we were a little bit faster paced. This one's going to be foul ball to the left. That one went out of the net. Still a 1-2 count for Cheyenne Bell, second baseman, number 3 for the Lady Bulldogs from Alvord. Alvord District 10, third place winners, the Lady Bulldogs, taking on the 4th place in District 9AA, the Lady Panthers. 1-2 count. Pitch from Kennebrew in the windup. Little high ball 2. The double deuces. The Ducks for Cheyenne Bell, second baseman, number 3 for the Lady Bulldogs. Dalen Bearden, the catcher, on deck. A little better crowd today, too, I think. Maybe because it's during the day instead of in the evening. This one's hit to the pitcher, and Kennebrew can't quite get there, but it bounces out foul, so that's going to be a foul ball for Cheyenne Bell. That's good run by Jalen Kennebrew. That bounced back away from her. She couldn't really get to it in time. 2-2, still the count for Cheyenne Bell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's a second baseman. That's a lot of twos. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Jalen Kennebrew, and out number 2 for the Lady Bulldogs. That's going to bring up Dalen Bearden, the catcher, number 6, Matt Gresham, the pitcher, on deck, and Callie Chase in the hole. Bearden was the lead hitter for Alvord last night. She scored 3 runs, had 3 RBIs, a double, and 3 singles with 5 stolen bases. Ball 1, 1-0 the count, 1 ball, no strikes for Bearden. No runners on, 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Kennebrew in the windup. This one's going to go out to left, and we'll see if Briley Harden's under it, and she is for out. Number 3. That's going to retire the side. And no runs on the board for the Lady Bulldogs as we go to the top of the second. First up for the Lady Panthers as we start the second inning, Jacqueline Rangel, the DP.
People's Bank is your true hometown bank, and we're proud supporters of our Seymour Panthers and local schools. People's Bank is more than just a place to keep your money. We're neighbors, friends, and part of the community we serve. At People's Bank, you'll find quick loan decisions, personal service with a smile, and a team dedicated to building lasting relationships with every customer. Stop by and visit us at our Seymour location or connect with us online at peoplesbanktexas.com. You can also give us a call at 940-889-3113. Good luck to the Seymour Panthers this season from all of us at People's Bank. Member of FDIC and equal housing lender.
We want to take a moment to recognize an important part of our Seymour community, our local churches. If you're listening or watching right now and don't currently have a church home, we want you to know that there are many welcoming congregations right here in Seymour that would love to meet you. Whether you're looking for a place to worship, a community to connect with, or simply a place to ask questions and find encouragement, there's a church here for you. In Seymour, you'll find churches like Harvest Christian, First Baptist, First Methodist, and several others serving our community each every week. We encourage you to reach out to any of them, visit a service, or check them out online and see which one feels like the right fit for you and your family. No matter where you are in life, you're welcome. And Seymour churches are here for you.
We are back. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, number 2 for the Lady Panthers. First at bat here in the bottom of the second. Top of the second. We are visitors. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Rangel last night had a tag out. She had a single hit. Strike 2. This one called by the ump. 0-2 now the count for Rangel. She had 1 strikeout, a fly out, and a single. She was tagged out. So she did get a hit and get on base last night. Swing and a miss. Out. Number 1. First strikeout this inning for pitcher Matt Gresham.
Number 21,
Briley Harden, the left fielder, now the batter, number 21. She's moved down in the lineup to the 5th batter. Ruthie Wright moved up to 2nd, so we'll see how this works in the lineup for Coach Duncan. Strike call by the ump on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Harden had 3 strikeouts last night. Could not quite find the beat for the pitcher Gresham. She does have some speed on her. Swing and a miss, strike 2. She is also left-handed. I don't know if that throws the batter off. You think that throws the batter off if they have a left-handed pitcher?
It might.
It might. And that's what got us to state, was a left-handed pitcher when the softball team went to state. So that could be possible. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out, number 2. You know, Coach Stafford's a left-handed pitcher. She was really good as well. That's going to bring up Jalen Kennebrew, the pitcher for the Lady Panthers, number 14.
Now, at the plate,
Riley
number
Harden striking out
14,
Jalen Kennebrew. Now the batter, Briar Pierce
Kennebrew.
on deck. Ruby Smart in the hole. Jalen had 3 strikeouts last night. We'll see if she does better tonight. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 count now for Kennebrew. No balls, 1 strike. 2 away. Top of the second. No runs on the board from either team. Let that one go. It's a called strike. Yeah, out of the 80 pitches that Matt Gresham threw
That
last
was
night,
right on the edge.
12 first pitches were called strikes, and 9 of them were swung at and were a strike. This is a foul ball to the right. Going to keep that bat alive for Jalen Kennebrew. 0-2 now. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. Briar Pierce, the first baseman on deck. Ruby Smart, the catcher in the hole. Keep wanting to say the catcher in the rye. I know that's a novel instead of a softball term. Swing and a miss. Out. Number 3, that's going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Panthers. That'll retire the side as they go into the bottom of the second. Alvord will once again pick up the bats. We'll begin with Matt Gresham, the pitcher. Got anything to tell us, JJ?
Need it welded right the first time? Trust Miguel's Welding, Fabrication, and Repair, bringing over 30 years of hands-on experience to every single job. Whether it's a small repair, heavy-duty welding, or a fully custom-built flatbed, Miguel takes pride in delivering strong, reliable, and long-lasting work you can count on. No job is too big or too small, just honest work done right. Call Miguel today at 940-232-6553 to get your project started. Miguel's Welding, Fabrication, and Repair, proud supporter of the Seymour Lady Panthers.
Derek Dalton with Modern Woodmen of America is here to help you plan for your financial future. Since 1883, Modern Woodmen has guided families through every stage of life, from protection to saving to retirement. As a member-owned fraternal organization, they also provide unique member benefits and local volunteer opportunities. Shouldn't financial advice focus on your goals and dreams? Start the conversation today with Derek Dalton at 940-781-5145. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Are you searching for insurance solutions? Look no further than Loving Insurance. From auto, home, commercial, medical, crop, and life insurance, they've got you covered. For a comprehensive coverage plan, call 940-889-3312 today. Or better yet, swing by at 222 North Washington for your personalized assistance. Trustworthy protection for all.
You're live.
Hey, everybody, here we are back for the bottom of the second. First up for the Lady Bulldogs, number 15, Matt Gresham, the pitcher. Callie Chase, the right fielder, on deck. Gresham had 1 run, 1 RBI, and a single hit last night. She's going to smash this one out, and Chloe Hahn's going to be underneath it behind third, and she's going to catch it. The shortstop back to catch behind third for out number 1. Nice play by Chloe Hahn. She seemed a lot more nervous last night. She seems a little more relaxed this afternoon. And it was late. That was a late game for us. We don't normally play that late. Most times the girls start at 4 o'clock and they're done before 7. So Callie Chase, the right fielder, now the batter, number 10. Ashlyn Sendade on deck and Riley Bassett in the hole. Ball outside. Good stop by the catcher, Ruby Smart, for the Lady Panthers. Chase had 3 singles last night, scored 1 run, had an RBI, and stole 1 base for the Lady Bulldogs. Kennebrew still in the circle. Little high on that ball, 2-0 the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Kennebrew pitched 10 pitches in the first inning, 1 strikeout. As I said, it's been several games since we've seen her pitch. It's nice to see her in the circle again and feeling comfortable exactly, you know. Foul ball, strike 1. 2-1 now the count for Callie Chase, right fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. Ashlyn Sendade on deck. Riley Bassett, the DP, in the hole. Kennebrew in the windup. This one hits right into the pitcher out to center field, and it's going to be a single for Callie Chase for the Lady Bulldogs. She'll be on first. That's going to bring up Ashlyn Sandate, number 18, the first baseman. Riley Bassett, the DP, on deck. Sandate had one single last night, had an RBI and a stolen base for the Lady Bulldogs. Riley Bassett, the DP, on deck, and Marissa Cedillo, the left fielder, in the hole. A little high on the pitch, good stop by Smart behind the plate. Can't say enough about the catchers that the Lady Panthers have. Ruby Smart and Brooke Shahan make a good pair. They can fit nicely anytime. They can come in and out off the bench, and Ruby Smart has been really a rock for this Lady Panther team. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1 now the count for Ashlyn Sandate. 1-1. Riley Bassett on deck and Marissa Cedillo in the hole. One away here in the bottom of the second. Lady Bulldogs are the home team today. Lady Panthers are visitors. Lays down the bunt and going to be gotten by Briar Pierce. Madeline Glass over there to cover first. Really good play there. She had a runner advance to second. So that was a good play. Briar Pierce coming up to get that grounder and getting it to second base. Madeline Glass on top of things. Good job by the defense today. Riley Bassett, the DP, number 5 now the batter, and Marissa Cedillo on deck, and Yarela Gata in the hole. Kennebrew in the circle goes for the strike. Call by the ump. 0-1 count, no balls, 1 strike. Riley Bassett had a single, 1 RBI and a stolen base yesterday. Runner on second for the Lady Bulldogs. She looks like she's going to stay on second. Riley Bassett as the ball gets past the catcher. Ruby Smart recovers and gets it back to Kennebrew. Callie Chase on second. 1-1 the count for Riley Bassett, the DP for the Lady Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. Track 2. And Marissa Cedillo on deck. Yareli Gata in the hole. Working our way to the bottom of the Alvord lineup here in the bottom of the second. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Out. Number 3. Was it tipped? Scared the batter or whatever he said. Was that out 3 or was that a tip? I believe they're calling it a tip ball.
They have 2 outs over there.
Yeah, they have 2. So, but that was her third swing. So it must have been a tip. So she'll get another chance. Riley Bassett, the DP, still batting with a 1-2 count. Still have a runner on second. Callie Chase on second. Kennebrew in the circle. She's going to wind it up. Swing and a miss. That's a real out. Another strikeout for pitcher Jalen Kennebrew for the Lady Panthers. That'll retire the side with 1 runner stranded, no run on the board yet. So we're going to go back to the Lady Panthers for the top of the third.
And I
Ready
got
for
some
some ads,
ads.
JJ? Good deal.
When it's time to turn up the music and make memories, call JH Entertainment. From weddings and school dances to family reunions, birthday parties, and everything in between. JH Entertainment brings the beats to keep your crowd on the dance floor all night long. With professional sound, lights, and a playlist tailored just for you, we make sure every event is unforgettable. Don't just throw a party, make it an experience. Book JH Entertainment today, and let's get the party started.
Back live.
That sounds good. More teams in the playoff. Petrolia won over Lindsay Thursday night, 12-2. They play again this afternoon at 3 in Bowie. Windthorst lost to Munster 3-2. They play game 2 this morning at Bowie. Never saw anything on that one, so I'm not sure how that turned out. Archer City won over Nocona 17-0 game 2 at 1:30 today in Henrietta. First pitch to Briar Pierce is a swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 the count, no balls, one strike. District 10 and District 9 going at it in by-district playoffs. Still no runs on the board here as we start the top of the third. This is going to be hit perfectly between shortstop and third. A nicely placed hit by Briar Pierce to start us off here in the top of the third. That's going to bring up Ruby Smart, the catcher for the Lady Panthers. Avery Mark on deck. Diana Charo in the hole. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 the count. No balls, one strike. Ruby had 2 strikeouts yesterday, her 2 at-bats. I'm sure she can do much better today. 0-1 count, swing and a miss, strike 2. Still have Briar Pierce on first for the Lady Panthers. No outs here, top of the third. Avery Mark on deck and Diana Charo in the hole. 0-2 the count for Ruby Smart. Lets that one go, ball one. They've learned to watch pretty well over the last few games as well. 1-2 the count. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let it go past you. Another little high ball there, 2-2. The double deuces the Ducks now for Ruby Smart. See if she can make something happen on this pitch from Gresham. 2-2 count. The pitch comes through. Foul ball to the back. She got a piece of it, just the wrong chunk there. See if she can take another bite out of it. 2-2 still the count. Briar Pierce on first for Seymour. Alvord taking game one last night, 11-1. Ball three. Woo, that was low. That's where I thought he liked them. 3-2, the full platter for the batter, Ruby Smart.
I was right on the edge of my zone.
Yeah, that's pretty close, wasn't it? Sure looked to get about the same spot. Swing and a miss. Out. Number one, another strikeout picked up by Gresham, the pitcher for the Lady Bulldogs. She had 9 pitches and 3 strikeouts in the second. Avery Mark, the third baseman, number 9 for the Lady Panthers, her first at bat this series. Alvord leading with a 1-game over none. Swing and a miss, strike one. If another game is needed, it'll be played directly after this one. Seymour will have to win this one in order to push a third game. 0-1 count now for Avery Mark. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 now the count. Dana Charo on deck and Ruthie Wright in the hole. Briar Pierce still hanging out on first, waiting for someone to hit her around. Swing and a miss, out. Number 2. That'll bring up top of the lineup, Diana Charo, Ruthie Wright on deck, and Chloe Hans in the hole. Charo had a strikeout in the first. She did manage to hold on, casting lots of fouls. Foul ball, strike one, speaking of. 0-1 count for Charo, no balls, one strike. Is Diana a junior?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a senior yet. Okay. Ruthie Wright on deck and Chloe Hans, a senior, in the hole. Ooh, that was pretty. 0-2 count, no balls, 2 strikes. Diana Charo, the center fielder, number 1 for the Lady Panthers. She had a foul out, a ground out, and a single yesterday. 2 stolen bases, swing and a miss. Count number 3. And that'll leave 1 runner stranded. And no runs on the board as we go to the bottom of the third. We'll go see who's up first in the lineup for the Alvord Lady Bulldogs. We're going to start off with Marissa Cedillo. JJ, you got some ads for us? All right.
Looking for a fresh new look? Head over to New Horizons Beauty Salon in Seymour, conveniently located at 209 North Washington Street. New Horizons is your one-stop shop for style and self-care. From trendy haircuts and expert barber services to beautiful nails and relaxing tanning, they've got everything you need to look and feel your best, all in one place. Whether you're getting ready for a big event or just treating yourself, their friendly team is ready to help you shine. Call today to book your appointment at 940-889-3255. New Horizons Beauty Salon, where your new look begins.
Interbank is a proud supporter of Seymour Panther and Lady Panther sports. With over 40 locations throughout Texas and Oklahoma, Interbank offers a full range of products and services to help make banking more convenient and help you achieve your financial goals. Whatever your banking needs are, you can count on Interbank to provide a high level of personal and professional customer service in a community bank setting while maintaining our commitment to personal integrity, customer service, and community involvement. We look forward to seeing all our friends in Seymour and the surrounding communities as we support the Panthers and Lady Panthers at home and on the road. Interbank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Are you looking for top quality tractors, trailers, and a wide range of equipment?
We're live.
Back here with more action from Graham's Lady Blues softball field, Hogan Field, here in Graham. 5-district playoff game 2. We're in the bottom of the third, and the Lady Panthers and the Lady Bulldogs of Alvord do not have a score on the board yet. First up, Amarissa Cedillo for the Lady Bulldogs here in the bottom of the third. While one little outside, nice stop by the catcher, Ruby Smart, for the Lady Panthers. Yorele Gata. I butchered her name really badly last night. I'm hoping I'm a little closer. The announcer did write out syllables for me, so I know how to pronounce a couple of them.
That should help.
Outside pitch. Gets away from the catcher, but she'll run and get it. No runners on. 2-0 the count for Amarissa Cedillo. Yorele Gata on deck and Sam Gilmore top of the lineup in the hole. Another nice breeze. This one's hit solid to right field. Ruthie Wright's running. Almost had it. Went off the edge of her glove. Looked like it went off the thumb section of her glove. And she'll go to second. She'll round to third. We're going to call that a triple for Amarissa Cedillo. It took a while for Ruthie Wright to get to that one, so I'm going to call that a triple for Amarissa Cedillo for the Lady Bulldogs. Yorele Gata, now the batter for Alvord. Gata had scored 2 runs and hit 2 singles yesterday in the first game. Cedillo on third. No outs, bottom of the third. Ball 1. That's the first time I heard him call out a ball. Usually he calls out the strike. 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. Sam Gilmore on deck. Cheyenne Bell in the hole. Yorele Gata, the batter. 1-0 her count. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. This is showing Alvord a different pitcher than they saw yesterday. Brylan Dawkins pitched last night. Had a little bit of a leg. She's over in the pen warming up. Strike 2. This one called by the ump. 1-2 now the count for Yorele Gata.
But when the ump does make those strike calls, they can hear it from the
You
camera
bet.
down there.
You bet. I would think so. 1-2 count. This is foul ball to the right. Still a 1-2 count for Yorele Gata. Sam Gilmore on deck. Cheyenne Bell in the hole. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Ball 2. 2-2, the double deuce count now for Yorele Gata. Kennebrew comes into the windup. Going to be another ball. Going to bring up a full platter on the batter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count for Yorele Gata. Still have a runner on third, and Marissa Cedillo still on third for Alvord. Kennebrew checks the card. I guess they have the card on there that tells them the calls. Is that right?
Yep, they do.
Okay. Swing and a miss. 4 outs. Number 1. That's 3 strikeouts this game for Kennebrew so far. Roland Dawkins had 1 in last night's game. Sam Gilmore, the shortstop, number 1, had a fly out to third in the first. She'll be batting now for Alvord. Cheyenne Bell on deck and Dalen Bearden, the catcher, in the hole. Still a runner on third, and Marissa Cedillo still on third. This one goes foul to the right. Almost into the pitcher's cage over there.
Yeah, we don't need to hit Dawkins.
We don't injure her any further. 0-1 the count, and the ball's 1 strike. Cheyenne Bell on deck, Dalen Bearden in the hole. We were told that Alvord had only 1 pitcher, but I was told last night that was not their original pitcher. So I'm not sure if that's the same one they used through the season. 1-1. Now the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. These coaches are pretty close with some of their information. They don't want stats to get out of
I
it.
think that's the reason they only have 1 pitcher.
You bet.
They had the original.
Got something happen. Ball 2. 2-1 count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Sometimes injury keeps them out. I know that's pretty common with pitchers because they have the shoulder can go wrong, the knee can go wrong, the elbow. It makes it that whole right side actually, unless they're left-handed pitcher, then it can. But that left-handed pitch is good to throw them off. It's a grounder to Madeline Glass at second, over to first, get the out and a run score. So an RBI single for Gilmore. Sacrifice out number 2.
Puts the first points on the board.
Yep, first run scored by Alvord.
Now batting, number 3, Cheyenne Bell.
Cedillo makes the first run for Alvord. Cheyenne Bell, the second baseman, had a strikeout in the first. Dalen Bearden on deck, Matt Gresham in the hole. Outside pitch, ball 1. 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. No runners on the bags for the Lady Bulldogs. 1 ball, no strikes for Cheyenne Bell. Kennebrew in the windup. This one goes over her head, goes to second. Chloe Hans behind the second base, gets it over to first for out. Number 3, Chloe Hans on top of the ball there, doing business for the Lady Panthers. She gets it over to first for out, number 3. That's going to retire the side with no runners left on, but 1 run picked up by the Lady Bulldogs. They now lead it 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. First up for the Lady Panthers, going to be Ruthie Wright, the right fielder, number 20. JJ, can you show us some good stuff?
Are you looking for top quality tractors, trailers, and a wide range of equipment, along with some exciting auctions? Well, look no further than Montgomery Tractor. Conveniently located on Highway 277, Montgomery Tractor is your go-to destination for all your farming needs. Whether you're an experienced farmer or just starting out, we have the perfect tractor, trailer, and equipment for you. And don't miss out on our thrilling auctions, whether you bid in person or online. Call us today at 940-888-3437 or visit us on Highway 277. Montgomery Tractor, your trusted partner in farming success. Hey there, folks. Got meat processing needs? Well, look no further than Baco Services at 205 East McLean. Jerry Don and Margie Barton and the rest of the team are the real deal.
Ruthie Wright, number 20, the right fielder, going to start us off here in the top of the 4th. Lady Panthers trailing 1-0 after the Lady Bulldogs scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd. Ruthie Wright had a strikeout in the first. Chloe Hans on deck, Jacqueline Rangel in the hole. She had a couple of fly-out hits last night. Just needs to place them well, and she'll be on a bag. Lays it down, Ruthie Wright heading for first, and the overthrow gives Ruthie Wright a single. That was really nice. Bunt laid down by Ruthie Wright to get her on first base. She's got the bunt down. That's good. That'll bring up Chloe Hans, the shortstop for the Lady Panthers.
2 points. Chloe Hans.
She had a strikeout in the first. That brings up Jacqueline Rangel on deck. Ball 1. Did that?
I think she tipped it.
Did she tip it? Okay, I thought she must have. First pitch is a strike, foul ball. Foul tip. Jacqueline Rangel on deck, Riley Harden in the hole. Ruthie Wright on first. She's going to try to steal a bag, and she's got it because the shortstop drops the ball. So Ruthie Wright with a stolen base for the Lady Panthers now on second. 0-2 the count now for Chloe Hans. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP on deck. Riley Harden in the hole. Top of the fourth here in Graham, Hogan Field, Lady Blues softball field. This one goes straight to the first baseman. She'll tag first for out number one. Ruthie Wright's going to be on third. So the hit advances the runner. That's going to bring up Jacqueline Rangel, the DP for the Lady Panthers. Riley Harden on deck. Jalen Kennebrew in the hole. Rangel had a strikeout in the second. She did get a couple of flyouts last night, so let's see if she can get something out there. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 count now for Rangel. No balls, one strike. Riley Harden on deck and Jalen Kennebrew in the hole. Ruthie Wright in scoring position on third for the Lady Panthers. Foul ball to the back, strike two. 0-2 now the count, no balls, two strikes. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, a senior for the Lady Panthers, number 2. Swing and a miss. Out, number 2. That's another strikeout picked up by pitcher Matt Gresham for the Lady Bulldogs. 2 away here in the top of the fourth. Riley Harden, left fielder, number 21, now the batter. Jalen Kennebrew on deck and Briar Pierce in the hole. Still got Ruthie Wright on third, wanting to come home, and I think she can steal it if they can just get it past the catcher.
Yeah.
Calls it a strike. She goes for the bunt and gets the strike. 0-1 count. No balls, one strike for Riley Harden. Gresham in the windup. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. A little slow on that swing. 0-2 now the count for Riley Harden, left fielder, number 21 for the Lady Panthers. Jalen Kennebrew on deck and Briar Pierce in the hole. Ruthie Wright. See if she can get a chance to steal before the bat is up. Swing and a miss. Out. Number 3, another strikeout for Gresham and the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Panthers leave one runner stranded. No runs scored. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth. First up for the Lady Bulldogs going to be Dalen Bearden, the catcher.
Hey there, folks. Got meat processing needs? Well, look no further than Baco Services at 205 East McLean. Jerry Don and Margie Barton and the rest of the team are the real deal. Livestock or wild game, they've got you covered. Just dial 940-889-2424. From custom cuts to friendly service, Baco's your go-to place. Quality that's hard to beat right here in town. Swing by Baco Services today, where good folks and good meat come together.
Need your yard cleaned up or that old junk hauled away? Call Eli's Lawn Care and Junk Removal. Eli is a local high school junior right here in Seymour, offering dependable lawn care and junk removal at a price that fits your budget. From mowing and trimming to cleaning out garages, sheds, and more. No job is too big or too small. Call Eli today at 210-683-0657 and get your yard space looking great.
The Hillside Hall and Event Center, located at 910 East Nevada, Seymour, Texas. For all the special events in your life. Owned and operated by Rodney and Beth Hentrick, where rustic and elegance live.
People's Bank is your true hometown bank, and we're proud supporters of our Seymour Panthers and local schools. People's Bank is more than just a place to keep your money. We're neighbors, friends, and part of the community we serve. At People's Bank, you'll find quick loan decisions, personal service with a smile, and a team dedicated to building lasting relationships with every customer. Stop by and visit us at our Seymour location or connect us online at peoplesbanktexas.com. You can also give us a call at 940-889.
Back, JJ. Okay. Dalen Bearden going to lead off the Alvord Lady Bulldogs here in the bottom of the fourth. They lead the Lady Panthers 1-0. A little closer game than it was last night, but Alvord really didn't do all their scoring until they had a really hot inning in the sixth. So we'll see how it works here. We're just in the bottom of the fourth. Dalen Bearden, the catcher, had a flyout to left field in the first. Matt Gresham, the pitcher, on deck. Callie Chase, the right fielder, in the hole. First pitch gets away from the catcher. Get that out of the way now while there's no runners on base. That'd be great. Ball one. Jalen Kennebrew in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Before she came into today's game, she had only pitched for 6.5 innings. Ball two. 2-0 count, 2 balls, no strikes. Matt Gresham. She's bound to have pitched more than 6.5 innings in the district season. Maybe not. Strike call by the ump. 2-1 the count now for Dalen Bearden.
That one was just barely in the zone.
Was it pretty tight? Another high pitch, ball three. 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike for Dalen Bearden. Matt Gresham on deck. Callie Chase in the hole. Bottom of the fourth, Lady Panthers trailing 1-0. Game 2 of the best of 3 series by district competition. Little low, going to be a walk for Dalen Bearden. That's first walk for Jalen Kennebrew today. So a runner on first for the Lady Bulldogs brings up Matt Gresham. The pitcher, she had a fly out to short in the second. Callie Chase, the right fielder, on deck, and Ashton Sandate in the hole. Kennebrew's windup. It's ball one on the first pitch. 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. Ruby Smart does come up from the catcher's position and kind of tries to intimidate the runner. She's gotten a lot better at that, more boisterous now, getting up and showing her ability as a catcher, a little more confident as the district season rolled on. Ball two, 2-0 count, 2 balls, no strikes for Matt Gresham. The left-handed pitcher, batting left-handed, they can smack them. She smacked them last night to left field, but they were caught. 2-0 count now for Gresham. Callie Chase on deck. 2-0 pitch from Kennebrew. Strike called by the ump. 2-1 count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, Dalen Bearden.
That was another one
first.
right on the edge.
Was it on the edge? That's good. If she can find that outside, that's good. Ball three, good catch. Good stop by the catcher, Ruby Smart. 3-1 now the count for Matt Gresham.
Dawkins is done warming up.
Is she done warming up? Okay, maybe. I don't know. When that right leg messes you up, if that's your lead-off leg, that's going to give you a little pain and a little bit off. Another walk now for the Lady Bulldogs. Gresham on first, Bearden on second. We'll see if we have a courtesy runner. I believe last night they had a courtesy runner, number 2. Emily Uloff going to run courtesy for Gresham on first.
Courtesy runner, number 2, Ellen.
I just said that. Callie Chase now the batter, the right fielder. She had a single on the ground to center field, her last at bat in the second. Ashlyn Sandate on deck, Riley Bassett in the hole.
Well, coach is calling timeout.
Coach Duncan going to have a little powwow in the pitcher circle with his infield, talking to Kennebrew, see how she's holding up. She's rubbing her left arm, but she throws with her right, so unless that's leading off and giving her some trouble, I'm not sure. And it may be because she has that card thing on her arm. Maybe she's got the wrong card. You know, sometimes that happens.
But it does look like he swapped Dawkins.
I believe he did, yeah. Is he putting in Brylan Dawkins? Okay. We'll see how that works. Brylan Dawkins now going to go in as catcher. Pitcher, and
Pitcher.
Jalen Kennebrew will move to second base. So we'll see how that works out with number 7, Rylan Dawkins, in to pitch. Do you want to take us to a ad, or do you want me to talk some more?
Brian Dawkins.
I'm showing them the field real quick, then I'll take us to an ad.
So we've got Kennebrew now on second. I'll make a note of that.
And I'll now send us to an ad.
Derek Dalton with Modern Woodmen of America is here to help you plan for your financial future. Since 1883, Modern Woodmen has guided families through every stage of life, from protection to saving to retirement. As a member-owned fraternal organization, they also provide unique member benefits and local volunteer opportunities. Shouldn't financial advice focus on your goals and dreams? Start the conversation today with Derek Dalton at 940-781-5145. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Okay, back now with Brylan Dawkins in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Kennebrew moved to second. We'll have Callie Chase, the right fielder, going to be the batter. She's going to pop this one up foul on the first pitch. Strike one. Runners on first and second, Bearden on second, and a courtesy runner number 2, Emily Uloff, on first for the pitcher Gresham. 0-1 the count for Ashlyn Sandate. This one's on the ground, goes to shortstop. Chloe Hans over to first, and out, number 1. That advances the runners. Runners now on second and third for the Lady Bulldogs. Bearden on third, and Uloff on second. Ashlyn Sandate, number 18, the batter, had a ground out to the pitcher in the second, or maybe out to first. Goes for the bunt, goes foul, going to be a strike. 0-1 count, no balls, 1 strike for Ashlyn Sandate. Riley Bassett on deck, Marissa Cedillo in the hole. All these batters saw Dawkins last night in the circle. Sandate had a single and an RBI, 1 stolen base. Ball gets past the catcher, goes over the head of Dawkins, and the run's going to score as Bearden takes home to put another run on the board for the Lady Bulldogs. And Uloff will now be on third. They now lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 away. Foul ball to the right. 1-2 now the count for Ashlyn Sandate. Riley Bassett on deck and Marissa Cedillo in the hole. Runner still on third. Uloff on third. Dawkins in the windup. Inside, pretty far inside. Was that off of the strike zone?
Yeah, it was pretty much in the batter box.
Much in there, yeah. 2-2. The double deuces the Ducks for Ashlyn Sandate. First baseman, number 18 for the Lady Bulldogs. Slams this one to right center field. Has Diana Charo and Ruthie Wright chasing it. It's an RBI double for Sandate as Uloff comes across the plate to score, giving the Alvord Bulldogs the 3-0 lead. Nice try by center fielder Diana Charo. That was just far enough over. Perfectly placed hit between right field and center to give a double to Ashlyn Sandate and giving her an RBI. That's going to bring up Riley Bassett, the DP for the Lady Bulldogs. She had a strikeout in the second. And Marissa Cedillo, the left fielder, on deck, and Yareli Gana in the hole. Lady Panthers infield trying to calm each other down. Might be good for all of us to calm down. I don't know. I don't feel 2 out yet, but I'm not playing. Riley Bassett, the DP, now the batter. Swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 count, no balls, 1 strike. Amarissa Cedillo on deck. Yareli Gata in the hole. Outside pitch, good stop by Ruby Smart behind the plate for the Lady Panthers. She's really having to hop up a lot if it comes outside. So hopefully Dawkins can get back into the swing of it. She might have to find her rhythm after being out for a few innings and starting up here in the bottom of the 4th. Outside pitch, ball 2. 2-1 count, 2 balls, 1 strike. For Riley Bassett, the DP, number 5 for the Lady Bulldogs. Pitch comes in. Foul ball to the back, strike 2. That'll bring up the double deuces. The Ducks for Riley Bassett, 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. Sandade on second. Foul ball to the back. Still a 2-2 count for Riley Bassett. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one goes straight to the pitcher. Brylan Dawkins lets it go through her hand. Kennebrew over to first, and she's going to be safe as the runner advances to third. Had a little trouble with that one. So a single for Riley Bassett. And Ashton Sandade goes to third. That'll bring up Amarissa Cedillo, the left fielder. She had a triple to right field in the third. Ureli Gata on deck and Sam Gilmore in the hole. Ball 1, a little high on that pitch, 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. Cedillo had the first run on the board for the Lady Bulldogs. Ball 2, 2-0 count. Oh, it's a strike.
Yeah, she's
1-1 count, sorry. I was watching the runner run. I wasn't paying attention to the batter. 1-1 the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on second and third for the Lady Bulldogs. Ashton Sandati on third. And Riley Bassett on second. 2-1 the count, 2 balls, 1 strike now for Amarissa Cedillo. Yoreli Gata on deck. Pretty high on that pitch. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Try to get the runner out. 3-1 count now for Amarissa Cedillo. Left fielder number 13 for Alvord. Pitch gets past the catcher, but it's a walk because it's ball 4. So the base is going to be loaded. Everybody on a bag for Alvord. Sandate on third, Bassett on second, and Cedillo on first. That brings up Yoreli Gata. She had a strikeout in the third. Sam Gilmore on deck and Cheyenne Bell in the hole. This one slammed out to right. Ruthie Wright's under it to get it. And the runners go back and they get a double play. Well played by the Lady Panthers as Ruthie Wright keeps her head on straight, gets it out for out 2, gets it to second, and pegs the runner for out number 3. Good double play there by the Lady Panthers. That's what we like to see in playoffs. You'd think you'd see more of it as they get to the playoffs, but not always. So the Lady Panthers now trail it 3-0 as 2 runs picked up in the bottom of the 4th by the Lady Bulldogs. We'll go back to JJ and see what he's got to tell us about our advertisers. Then we'll be back.
We want to take a moment to recognize an important part of our Seymour community, our local churches. If you're listening or watching right now and don't currently have a church home, we want you to know that there are many welcoming congregations right here in Seymour that would love to meet you. Whether you're looking for a place to worship, a community to connect with, or simply a place to ask questions and find encouragement, there's a church here for you. In Seymour, you'll find churches like Harvest Christian, First Baptist, First Methodist, and several others serving our community every week. We encourage you to reach out to any of them, visit a service, or check them out online and see which one feels like the right fit for you and your family. No matter where you are in life, you're welcome, and Seymour churches are here for you. Need it welded right the first time? Trust Miguel's Welding, Fabrication, and Repair, bringing over 30 years of hands-on experience to every single job. Whether it's a small repair, heavy-duty welding, or a fully custom-built flatbed, Miguel takes pride in delivering strong,
Now
reliable.
move to second base. She'll be the batter as we start the top of the fifth. Jalen Kennebrew, second baseman number 14. Briar Pierce on deck. Ruby Smart in the hole. Matt Gresham still in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs. Kennebrew goes to lay down the bunt, gets strike one. 0-1 count, no balls, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. Lady Panthers with that good double play there in the bottom of the fourth to stop the runs by the Lady Bulldogs. They had one runner stranded. Strike called. Going to be out number three. I mean, out number one, excuse me, strike three. Get it in a minute. Briar Pierce, the first baseman, number 8, now the batter. Swing and miss. Strike one. Kind of reached for that, I think. Was she too far from the base, maybe? She looks a little further from the plate.
Like,
I'm not sure.
Where the ball landed, it was on the edge of the
Yeah, I
plate.
think she was just reaching for it too far. And she's got some long arms. I think she could get it. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 now the count for Briar Pierce, first baseman. She had a single to left field in the third. One of the only Lady Panthers to get on base. She and Ruthie Wright. So swing and a miss. Strike two. Or strike three, another out. Strike two. That's out two. Good gravy. Get that out of my mouth. Ruby Smart, the catcher, now the batter, have a strikeout in the third, her first at bat. Avery Mark, third baseman on deck. Then back to the top of the lineup with Diana Charo in the hole. Swing and miss. Strike one. Is she throwing a drop ball or can you tell from up here? I can't really tell from up here.
I can't tell, but I do know it's hitting like right at the center.
Yeah, it's really doing well. He's calling really well, I think. No balls, one strike. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 now the count for Ruby Smart, the catcher, number 13 for the Lady Panthers this afternoon. Game two, top of the fifth.
Come on, 1-3.
Avery Mark on deck. Lets one go. It's ball one. Sounded pretty solid, but a 1-2 pitch coming up from Gresham now. We'll see what Ruby Smart does with it. She's going to pop this one up on the ground. That looked like a slap hit almost, but that'll be out three. If that would have gone over the pitcher, that would have been really good. Out number three, that'll retire the side as the Lady Panthers go back on defense. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth and start off with the top of the lineup for the Lady Bulldogs, Sam Gilmore, the shortstop.
And I'll send us to some.
Derek Dalton with Modern Women of America is here to help you plan for your financial future. Since 1883, Modern Woodmen has guided families through every stage of life, from protection to saving to retirement. As a member-owned fraternal organization, they also provide unique member benefits and local volunteer opportunities. Shouldn't financial advice focus on your goals and dreams? Start the conversation today with Derek Dalton at 940-781-5145. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Are you searching for insurance solutions? Look no further than Loving Insurance. From auto, home, commercial, medical, crop, and life insurance, they've got you covered. For a comprehensive coverage plan, call 940-889-3312 today. Or better yet, swing by at 222 North Washington for your personalized assistance. Trustworthy protection for all aspects of your life. Don't delay. Loving Insurance has it all.
Coming back now for the bottom of the fifth, Sam Gilmore, top of the lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. They lead it 3-0 here as we get started in the bottom of the fifth. Strike one called by the ump on the first pitch. Brian Dawkins in now for the Lady Panthers, came in the fourth to relieve Jalen Kennebrew. Did she swing at that?
They called
Probably.
strikes, so I assume
So 0-2. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. I was counting up Browland's pitches. She had 18 pitches when she came in. Kennebrew over to first, out number 1. That's going to bring up Cheyenne Bell, second baseman for the Lady Bulldogs. Dalen Bearden on deck and Matt Gresham in the hole. Bell had a ground out to short in the third. Dawkins had 18 pitches in the third when she came in. And Kennebrew had 10. So that was the heaviest inning for the pitching thus far for the Lady Panthers. See if they can make up some time here with Cheyenne Bell, second baseman. Swing and miss, strike one. That's the way to start it. You got to get them swinging, and they'll keep going. 0-1 the count, no balls, 1 strike. We talked about that last night, that once these kids start hitting, they want to hit all the time, so they just swing, swing, swing. So they get a little bit of
we're kind of seeing that on the Lady Panthers side.
You bet. They are doing a lot better. They are more comfortable with it today. The foul ball, strike 2. And, of course, this is it. If they don't win today, they can't go on. So they've got to force a game 3 in order to have a chance to go on. Game 3 would be directly after this one, about a half hour usually between, to give people time to run around and do whatever they got to do. No balls, 2 strikes. Cheyenne Bell, the batter. This one goes to the right, going to be foul ball to the right. I thought that went just inside the base, but I've got a pole right there, so I'm not sure. This is a cheap seat because it has a pole in front of it. 0-2 count, no balls, 2 strikes. Dalen Bearden on deck, Matt Gresham in the hole. Dawkins in the windup. For the high ball 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. Alvord leading it 3-0. A really tight game thus far. One, 2, the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Cheyenne Bell. Dalen Bearden on deck. Strike, pretty pitch, you're out of there. Strike 2, 3, out 2. Caught her looking. First strikeout for Brian Dawkins this afternoon. That'll bring out the catcher, Dalen Bearden, number 6. Matt Gresham, the pitcher on deck. Callie Chase, the right fielder in the hole. No runners on. This is going to be hit short to second base. Jalen Kennebrew catches it on the knee. It kind of rolls up her leg. A little bit of trouble with that one. When that hits that artificial turf, that's a totally different feeling than a dry earth infield. So it's you never know what that ball's going to do when it hits that carpet. Or what do you call it carpet? It's just turf, I guess, when it hits the turf. Just like throwing the ball in your living room. You don't know where it's going to go. Matt Gresham had a walk in the fourth. She's the pitcher for the Lady Bulldogs. Callie Chase on deck. Ashlyn Sandate in the hole. Outside pitch, Ruby Smart. Good there for the Lady Panthers. Gets that arm out there. There's a runner on first. Dalen Bearden, the catcher. Two away here in the bottom of the fifth. This one's going to be foul to the back. Strike 1. 1-1 now to count for Matt Gresham, the pitcher. Or 15 for the Lady Bulldogs. She had a fly out to short as well earlier in the game. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. She had a fly out to short in the second and a walk in the fourth before Dawkins. This is her first time to come up against Dawkins this game. She had her all last night in the first game. Swing, it sounded like a foul tip to me.
Yeah, it was.
2-2, the double deuces, the Ducks now for Gresham. Sometimes you can hear stuff through these headphones and sometimes you can't. It can't be my age. That wouldn't be a factor.
I mean, I can set it where you can hear what the mic does.
No, Evans, no. I'm good, thank you. I already got too much in my head already, and most of it's tapioca. Ball 3, full platter on the batter, Matt Gresham. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're getting some more sun now, JJ. I didn't put any sunscreen on my neck. I might burn from the back. 3-2, the full count for Matt Gresham. Runner on first. She's going to slam this one to left field. It's going to bounce to Briley Harden, and that's going to be a single for Gresham. She's going to be on first. Let's see if they got a courtesy runner for her.
I had one last
before
night.
she gets to. I think she had one last night as well for a little bit. Not every time, but Ulof will go in again to run courtesy for Gresham. Callie Chase, the right fielder, number 10, will be the batter. Ashlyn Sandate on deck. Riley Bassett for DP in the hole. So runners on first and second for the Lady Bulldogs. Bearden on second and Ulof on first. Callie Chase hits this one up, and Chloe Hahn's under it for out number 3. Chloe Hahn's doing a much better job of fielding tonight than she did last night. She seemed a little more nervous. So 2 runners left stranded, no runs scored by the Lady Bulldogs as we go to the top of the 6th. The Lady Panthers will be at bat.
We want to take a moment to recognize an important part of our Seymour community, our local churches. If you're listening or watching right now and don't currently have a church home, we want you to know that there are many welcoming congregations right here in Seymour that would love to meet you. Whether you're looking for a place to worship, a community to connect with, or simply a place to ask questions and find encouragement, there's a church here for you. In Seymour, you'll find churches like Harvest Christian, First Baptist, First Methodist, and several others serving our community each every week. We encourage you to reach out to any of them, visit a service, or check them out online and see which one feels like the right fit for you and your family. No matter where you are in life, you're welcome. And Seymour churches are here for you. Need it welded right the first time? Trust Miguel's Welding, Fabrication, and Repair, bringing over 30 years of hands-on experience to every single job. Whether it's a small repair, heavy-duty welding, or a fully custom-built flatbed, Miguel takes pride in delivering strong, reliable, and long-lasting work you can count on. No job is too big or too small, just honest work done right. Call Miguel today at 940-232-6553 to get your project started. Miguel's Welding, Fabrication, and Repair, proud supporter of the Seymour Lady Panthers.
Bring us back.
Okay, here we go. Lady Panthers, number 9, Avery Marek. Marek, not Merritt. Strike 1. Goes for the bunt. I think she was going for the bunt. Do you?
Yes, she was.
I think she was. 0-1 count for Avery Marek. Third baseman, number 9 for the Lady Panthers. Dinah Charo on deck. Lays down the bunt, and it's going to be caught. Oh, my goodness. The catcher catches it, and she catches the third baseman as well. That was a collision and still an out. So there you go. We're going to give it to the catcher, though. That was crazy. They don't call for it or didn't hear themselves. I don't know. She had on a face mask, so with the catcher's mask on, you may not be able to hear as well. Dinah Charo, the center fielder, number 1, now the batter. Ruthie Wright on deck. Chloe Hahn's in the hole.
Well, that catcher's mask is definitely not.
Yeah, I think that would knock it out, wouldn't it? Ball 1. 1-0 count for Dinah Charo, center fielder, number 1 for the Lady Panthers. Ruthie Wright on deck. Chloe Hahn's in the hole. 1 away here in the top of the 6th.
I'm going
to lay down the bunt and it goes foul. You're going to have to change your battery?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just keep talking till you get back. That work?
Yep, should.
We'll see. I know you're fast. 1-1 count, 1 ball, 1 strike for Diana Charo, number 6, the center fielder for the Lady Panthers. No runners on. Lady Panthers trailing 3-0. Tries to lay down the bunt again, gets a foul ball. Strike 2. 1-2 now the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diana Charo, if she can just get on a bag, she has 18 stolen bases since district began. So she leads the team in stolen bases. If she can just get on a bag, she can make it happen. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be an out for the Lady Panthers. Out 2. That'll bring us to Ruthie Wright, number 20, the right fielder for the Lady Panthers. Chloe Hahn's a shortstop on deck. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, in the hole. Wright had a strikeout in the first and made it all the way to third off of a bunt in the fourth. She was hit around a couple of times, but she was not able to score before the third out. So the Lady Panthers still trailing 3-0 here in the top of the 6th. Ruthie Wright, the batter. Foul ball to the back, strike 1. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. I keep forgetting the word the visitors today. We were home team last night. Lady Panthers, the visitors today. 0-1 count for Ruthie Wright. Goes to lay down the bunt, and it comes off the back. Stop, and it's going to be strike 2. 0-2 now the count for Ruthie Wright. Chloe Hahn's a shortstop on deck. Jacqueline Rangel, the DP, in the hole. Gresham in the windup. This one's hit solid to right. Falls right in front of the right fielder. It's going to be Ruthie Wright. She's still going to second, and she's got a stand-up double to right field. Ruthie Wright coming in, surprising. And the Alvord Lady Bulldogs, she's on second base with that hit. That'll bring up Chloe Hahn's, the shortstop for the Lady Panthers, number 12, the senior. Jacqueline Rangel, another senior, number 2, the DP on deck, and Briley Harden, the left fielder, in the hole. Lady Panthers trailing 3-0. They have a runner on second. Ball 1 on the first pitch, 1-0 the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Gresham in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs. She managed to throw 12 strikes in last night's game 1. This one's going to be popped up, and let's see if the third baseman is under it. And she is. The third baseman catches it out of bounds for out number 3. Nicely played there by the third baseman to end the inning. With 1 runner left on, no runs picked up by the Lady Panthers. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. First up for Alvord, the Lady Bulldogs. First up, Ashlyn Sandate, Riley Bassett on deck, and Marissa Cedillo in the hole. We talked earlier a little bit about the playoff situation for by-district. The other teams playing in the by-district. Petrolia won over Lindsay on Thursday night, 12-2. Their second game was set for 3 o'clock this afternoon in Bowie. I'm sure that game's well underway by now. No score from that yet. Windthorst lost to Munster Thursday night, 3-2. Have game 2 this morning at 11. Still hadn't had any word on that one. That was in Bowie as well before the Petrolia game. Archer City won 17-0 over Nocona from District 10. Won that game 17-0 on Thursday night. Game 2 was this afternoon at 1:30 in Henrietta. I'm sure Archer City came out on top of that game in that series. I'm not sure. We'll see if we can find out something for you right now. I don't know if I can find anything out before the game is over. But those are the other 3 teams in District 9A. The Lady Panthers came up against Petrolia was in first, Windthorst in second, Archer City in second, and Windthorst in third, I believe. I'm not sure how that worked out. And then Lady Panthers were fourth. So those 3 teams still playing today. This is game 2 for the Lady Panthers in a best-of-3 series against the Alvord Lady Bulldogs of District 10. Ashlyn Sandate, number 18, the first baseman, is going to be the batter now. Riley Bassett on deck, and Marissa Cedillo in the hole. Sandate had a double RBI hit to right center field in the 4th. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. Get her done, JJ?
Uh-huh.
You're doing a lot of running in this. This is a big stadium for you to have to run around in. Hit over the pitcher to center field. Diana Charo is going to come up with it to second. That's going to be a single to center field for Ashlyn Sandate. That'll bring up Riley Bassett, the DP for the Lady Bulldogs. And Marissa Cedillo, the left fielder on deck. Riley got up in the hole. Bassett had a strikeout in the second and a single on the ground to second in the fourth. Runner on first, trying to get that runner out on first. First pitch is a ball to Riley Bassett. Ashlyn Sandate on first for the Lady Bulldogs. This one goes foul, strike one. 1-1, the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. One count now for Riley Bassett. No outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Lady Bulldogs leading at 3-0. Strike, that sounded pretty solid to me. Called by the ump. 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brylon Dawkins picking up a strikeout in the fifth. Coming in to relieve Kennebrew in the fourth. What happened?
Windthorst lost first 2-3 and lost second 2-10.
Ah, okay. Okay. So Windthorst is out. Did you find anything on Petrolia? No, actually, Archer City should be done because they started at 11 this morning. 2-1. 1-2 the count for Riley Bassett. Swing and a miss. Out, number 1. Strikeout picked up by Dawkins.
Archer City beat Nakona 13-3.
Oh, okay. The first game was 17-0, so 13-3. So Archer City will move on. And Petrolia, they started at 3, so they may still be playing.
I can check them.
Good do it. And Marissa Cedillo, the ball goes past, and the runner's going to make it to second. So Ashlyn Sandate's on second. And Marissa Cedillo has a 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes. JJ's looking up some scores for us in the by-district, the other teams in by-district. They were all earlier than us today, but Petroleum may still be playing.
See. Oh, they're still playing.
Yeah, they were playing in Henrietta. Excuse me, they were playing in Bowie at 3, so they've just been playing for about an hour or so. 2-0 count, 2 balls, no strikes for Marissa Cedillo. Runner on second for Alvord, 1 away in the bottom of the sixth. Foul ball, strike 1. 2-1 count now for Marissa Cedillo. Yoreli Gata on deck. Sam Gilmore in the hole. Ball 3, a little high and outside on that one. 3-1 count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Sandate, don't you know that Alvord is probably really hot in those double black outfits today?
Probably.
Yeah, they've got short sleeve black pinstripes, and the Lady Panthers have the sleeveless. Or no, I guess they got their sleeves rolled up. This one pops up. Jalen Kennebrew is going to be under it. 4 out. Number 2 there at second base, nicely played by Jalen Kennebrew. That'll bring up Yoreli Gata, third baseman for the Lady Bulldogs. Sam Gilmore on deck and Cheyenne Bell in the hole.
Now ready. Number 4.
Gata had a fly out to right field. Ruthie Wright caught that one in the fourth and a strikeout in the third. Let's see how she does this time. This one will be foul ball over to the right. Oh, I believe it got on the top and just rolled off the other side. Went up pretty high. This is pretty tall. Wonder how you know how tall to make it. Get your best player out there and see how high they hit it up, and then you know how high to make the covering. This one's up, and Briar Pierce sticks an arm out. Out, number 3. Lady Panthers have 3 outs left to see if they can put some runs on the board and force a game 3. 1 runner left on for the Lady Bulldogs. They lead it 3-0 as we go to the top of the 7th. How about it, Jay? You got a few more ads we can look at?
I do.
Interbank is a proud supporter of Seymour Panther and Lady Panther sports. With over 40 locations throughout Texas and Oklahoma, Interbank offers a full range of products and services to help make banking more convenient and help you achieve your financial goals. Whatever your banking needs are, you can count on Interbank to provide a high level of personal and professional customer service in a community bank setting while maintaining our commitment to personal integrity, customer service, and community involvement. We look forward to seeing all our friends in Seymour and the surrounding communities as we support the Panthers and Lady Panthers at home and on the road. Interbank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Are you looking for top quality tractors, trailers, and a wide range of equipment, along with some exciting auctions? We'll look no further than Montgomery Tractor. Conveniently located on Highway 277, Montgomery Tractor is your go-to destination for...
Okay, sounds good. Top of the seventh, Lady Panthers trailing 3-0. Jacqueline Rangel going to start us off at the plate with the bat. Riley Harden on deck, Jalen Kennebrew in the hole. Rangel had a strikeout in the second and one in the fourth. Let's see if she can get a hit on the board. She had a single yesterday in game one. Riley Harden on deck, Jalen Kennebrew in the hole. Swing and miss, strike one. That's good that she swings because Gresham normally about 20 of her pitches last night, 21 of her pitches, first ones were strike or called strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. She's got some speed, 0-2 count, no balls, 2 strikes. Riley Harden on deck, Jalen Kennebrew in the hole. Gresham pitching the entire game yesterday evening. Kennebrew starting us out in the circle today, and Brylan Dawkins took over for her in the fourth. Gresham in the windup. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for pitcher Gresham. One away, top of the seventh. Lady Panthers have a couple to figure this one out. Riley Harden now the batter. Jalen Kennebrew on deck. Briar Pierce in the hole. Lady Panthers have to win this game in order to force a game three. So they've got to score 4 runs to get ahead and force a game three. At least 3 to score and
at least
force game three. You bet. Goes for the bunt, gets the strike. 0-1 count for Riley Harden. No balls, 1 strike. Jalen Kennebrew on deck. Briar Pierce in the hole. Lays down the bunt. She runs it out, and it's going to be out. Number 2. Last chance for the Lady Panthers to keep it alive. Jalen Kennebrew moved to second base in the fourth. Briar Pierce on deck. Ruby Smart in the hole. Jalen Kennebrew, number 14 for the Lady Panthers. Foul ball to the right, strike 1. 0-1 count, no balls, 1 strike. Briar Pierce on deck and Ruby Smart in the hole. No runners on base for the Lady Panthers.
That foul knocked my camera crooked.
Oh, no, it didn't, did it? Did you have one? Oh, okay.
It knocked the one on the thing.
Here we go. Is this going to go foul? It goes foul as well. Strike 2. Jalen Kennebrew with an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Lady Panthers got to keep it alive and score 3 runs to force a game 2. Game 3. This is game 2. Briar Pierce on deck, Ruby Smart in the hole. Gresham in the circle with 1 strikeout. Swing and a miss, and that's it. Lady Panthers fall to the Lady Alvord Bulldogs 3-0 in game 2. 2-0 series for the Lady Bulldogs. They pick it up and they'll be moving on. And the Lady Panthers have ended their season. We want to thank all the listeners and the watchers there on YouTube that have watched Seymour Panther Radio and have backed us all this season and backed the Lady Panthers. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see you somewhere. See you soon. Keep everything open for Skylar might give us something a little bit later. Right now, he's gone with Millie for a couple of ball games. And the Lady Panthers will be back next season. Thanks again for listening. I'm Lita Slagle. See you somewhere.
And the Alvord Bulldogs. Currently presenting to the Alvord Bulldogs, complex of the Grand Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations, Alvord Bulldogs.
And now that they have the ball handed out and all that, I'm going to cut off the stream. Since this is the end of the season, all previous streams are going to be made public once again. So if you would like to go back through our catalog of the softball season, it will be up there for you. And that concludes both this game